what was that? Notification? That notification bell? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Kayla. Today's video, I want to talk about the burning question of how long does your makeup actually last? Now, I know for me, I have a good, 5 years worth of makeup, but you never really pay attention to how long you've actually had it. So before we get into the information of how long your makeup should last and when to throw out your makeup, I first want to give you an example of the reason why I actually wanted to do this video. We spend so much money on makeup, and I feel like for me, I buy stuff, use it for maybe a couple of months, and then, ooh, the next best thing comes out, and I go buy it. And the next best thing comes out and you go buy it. And eventually the makeup that you bought just keeps getting further and further back into that corner that you never go to. And then you realize, hey, I should go use that. So that's basically what happened for me with this lip gloss. So I would say I've had this lip gloss about, I would say 2 years now. To be honest, I really didn't think it was that long until I actually sat down and thought about it, and I was like, wow, it's been 2 years since I actually bought that. That is so gross. I can't believe I wasted money on it and didn't even use it that often. But I'll show you. So this is what this lipstick looks like. It's hard. Look, I can move that up and down. It's solid, and that's supposed to be a liquid lipstick. I feel like it's such a waste of money to keep spending money on makeup, and some more makeup, but I love makeup, so I'm never gonna stop. But I definitely think a new process I'm gonna do when I do buy makeup is actually write down a notebook or even on the packaging or whatever when I actually purchased it. That way I know if it's been a year or two, I know it's time to throw it out. So I'm gonna give you a little rundown of how long your makeup should last. Now, this is just my own research. I watched a few videos, I Googled, searched things, and this is just an estimate, and this is just information I looked up. Not every makeup product is gonna be the exact same. This is just a general idea of how long makeup should last. So for mascara should last about 3 to 6 months, and that's when you should be throwing it out. I know there are times where, again, you just don't really think about when you actually purchased something, and then eventually it starts getting hard and that kind of stuff, and typically that's when you know to throw it out. But in terms of mascara specifically, because you're always putting it on your eye, bacteria and everything gets on it, and then once you put it on your eye, you put it back in and that kind of stuff. You don't want bacteria building up in your mascara, because that can cause some issues which we all do not want to go through. So I would say if you've had a mascara longer than 3 to 6 months, it's time to get a new one. So for foundation, for example, this one right here, it's an open container. So basically when I open it, I pour it out, and then bacteria and air can get in that, so that's more than likely going to build up more bacteria. And this type of foundation would typically last about 6 months, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. And when it comes to foundation that has a pump, unfortunately I don't have an example to show you, but if it has a pump, it can last a little bit longer. I would say that could last about 6 months to a year. Again, it depends on the particular product, but typically a pump, you're just pumping it, so there's not really any air or your brush or anything getting in there, so it typically can last a little bit longer. Now when it comes to eyeshadows, bronzers, blushes, any type of powder like that, it can last to about 1 to 2 years. Again, you can typically kind of tell if it's time to be thrown out. If you can't remember when you actually bought it, and you think it's more than a year, probably time to throw it out. And also if it changes texture or different colors. I also read, and when I searched this information, that if it starts to smell. Now, I'm not really sure what kind of smell it would smell like, but if there's a funky smell coming from it, you should probably throw it out. Now lipsticks can last from 1 to 2 years. Of course that depends on what type of lipstick. There's lipsticks, there's lip gloss, all of those type of lipsticks or lip glosses, that kind of stuff. It really depends on which one it is. Typically a lipstick, it's just a stick that you put on your mouth. So if you were to just clean it off and get some bacteria off of it, then it can last about 1 to 2 years. Now when it comes to a lip gloss, like I just showed you, it's liquid, and especially when you are pumping it, and I know I do this for my lipsticks, or so my lip glosses and my mascara, I'm one to pump. And I don't purposely do it. I really try hard not to do it because I know it's really bad to pump a lip gloss or a mascara, but sometimes my brain just doesn't think and I end up doing that, and it gets air in there and that can affect it a lot faster. So typically I would say a lip gloss will last maybe a year, and a lipstick can last longer because it's more of a solid and you can wipe that down, whereas a lip gloss you can't really do that. So with that information I gave you, I just again want to say that this is just my own information, like my own research that I did on the computer, and I watched some videos. There are different, there was different videos that had different time frames, so I kind of just did an estimate of how long I think they would last. Like I said, it really depends on the type of makeup, the type of product, the type of brand maybe, because now there's a lot of brands that are more natural. They're not putting like chemicals and preservatives and that kind of stuff. They're more healthy and more natural. They might not last as long. And I thought this was a really good kind of analogy is the word I want to use. Basically, you want to think as a natural makeup as being like your food. So if you were to buy a organic banana or just any type of food, it's not gonna last as long because they don't put those preservatives in it to make it last longer. So when you're using natural makeup, that could probably change the time frame of how long your makeup will last. So anyways, now that I've kind of given that information, I want to go through all of my makeup and throw out what has been really old and what I can't even remember when I bought it, that kind of stuff. I want to go through it. So if you guys want to watch me go through my makeup, keep on watching. If you're kind of bored and that's not your thing, that's fine. But just remember, before you leave my video, please subscribe to my channel, click that notification bell. What was that? That notification bell, so you guys don't miss any of my videos. Without further ado, I'm gonna go right into throwing out and sorting my makeup and throwing some old yucky stuff out. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna throw out is this lip gloss I had shown you. So this is the garbage bin that I'm gonna be throwing things out. This I'm going to use to put some of the cardboard in. One thing that I do, which is probably really weird because I don't think a lot of people do it, is I tend to keep all my stuff in the original packaging, and it's kind of weird, I think. I don't know. Let me know if you guys do that as well. But this is the first thing I'll be throwing out. So I have these palettes here. This is from Hard Candy. Typically I get this from Walmart. I really love this brand. It's really inexpensive, but I haven't used them that often, which is really too bad because they have really beautiful colors. But I'm pretty sure I've had these for, I would say, 3 years. One thing I wish makeup product had was like a date, not necessarily an expiry date, but I wish they had a date of when they were in production or released or whatever, because then you kind of know how long you've had them. But I've probably had these for a really long time, so as sad as it's gonna be to throw these out, I'm just gonna have to do it. Alright, so this I got 2 or 3 years ago. I am actually kind of disappointed I didn't use it more often. It was from the company My Makeup Brush Set. This was the Camouflage palette, concealer palette, and like that's what it looked like. It actually has some really good colors, and I'm disappointed I didn't use it more often, but I know I've had this for a really long time, so it needs to go in the garbage. Okay, so this I want to talk about. I've had this lipstick for... So this is a Victoria's Secret lipstick. And I got this when I was, I think I was 13 or 14, and I went to Vegas with my mom and family friends, and I got this. I am now almost 28 years old. I've had this for at least 15 or 16 years, which is absurd. Like, that is crazy. The thing that sucks is this is my favorite color. I love this one so much. It's just like that nice, rich, vibrant Barbie girl pink, but I think it's time to let it go. Okay, so here's another eyeshadow that I want to talk about. I'm actually really sad that I have to throw this out. It's the Carli Bybel palette with BH Cosmetics. I absolutely love this palette, but I think I got this when it launched, and I honestly can't remember when that was. I would say it was probably a year or two. No, definitely not a year. I would say 2 years now, and I know it's time to throw it out because I don't think you can see it up close. I mean, you can maybe kind of see it textured, like for example that one right there. It kind of looks like there's mold or something growing on it. It's probably not good to use on my eyes anymore, so I have to say goodbye to this, and I'm so sad. Okay guys, I'm officially done going through all of my old makeup, and I completely filled this garbage bin full of old makeup and everything. I hope this video was very helpful to you guys, and I hope it encourages you guys to go look through your makeup and kind of decide what is new and what is very old and probably should be thrown out. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and of course if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon.